welcome to the Raise Your Energy podcast. Today's topic is about an area where we can trap and waste a lot of our energy that is then missing in our lives. And that topic is resistance. Resisting something in our lives uses up a lot of our precious energy. Letting go of resistance is simple and fairly easy to do. It's just a matter of our willingness to overcome our ego and beliefs to do so. And that is much, much harder than it sounds like. So let's look closer at how this is all linked. Stay tuned. Resistance exists in a lot of areas in our lives. The definition of resistance, when you Google it, is found in the space of electricity and is described as a measure of the opposition to current flow in an electrical circuit. I have no freaking clue what that means, but I know it has to do with energy flow, and that's what we're going to cover today. The energy that flows when we are resisting. So, when is resistance actually created or present? There are a few different areas where resistance is created, and they can be beneficial or destructive. We are going to focus on the more destructive part of resistance building so we can learn where we might waste our energy and how we can claim it back. But let me take a step back and share with you how I came across this and started to understand how this is linked to our energy levels. It clicked for me when I read Rhonda Bynes' book, The Greatest Secret, which came out last year. She explains that if you keep resisting something, you give it energy and it stays in your life. Even if you actually want to get rid of it, it will remain. The energy you create while resisting keeps the unwanted state of being, situation, or even a person alive and present. Does this not sound crazy? There is something unwanted and we actually keep it in our lives by way of resisting it? Well, that's what I thought as well. But then I gave it a bit more of a thought and realized that it does make sense. I know about the law of attraction and quantum physics, which states that what you put your attention to materializes into existence. Where you focus your attention is where you focus your energy. So if this is true for the science of the smallest particle and for manifesting something in your lives, then it is as well true for something we don't want in our lives. If we give our attention to something we don't want in our life, it stays in our life. It has no possibility of leaving. And I think Carl Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist, has summarized it perfectly in just 4 words. What we resist persists. Meaning, something you resist and actively spend your energy on will keep persisting in your life and won't leave. What a dilemma. It reminds me of something my mom taught me when I was a teenager and still living at home. The universe does not know the word not. If you say, I don't want to be so slow running my 10K, then the universe just hears the word slow. The same applies to our subconscious, which directs about 95% of our lives. I learned quite early that if you don't want something in your life, don't use the words not or don't. Look for the opposite and describe it with the words what you do want in your life instead. In this case, you can say, I want to be fast running my 10K. Or even be more precise and define how fast you want to run your 10K. But going back to resistance, let's have a look at how resistance actually shows up in our lives. What do we do when we are resisting? It's not like we are consciously sitting down at our desk and saying, for the next hour, I'm going to resist. No, this is not something we consciously choose to do as a task on our to-do list. So how else does it show up? It shows up in our life when we are trying to control something. Resistance is created when we try to change something. It is created when you want to fix something. By controlling a situation that is not going as planned, or controlling a person that is not behaving like you want them to, you are creating resistance energy. You are holding on to the situation that you don't actually want in your life, and you're keeping that person displaying that unwanted behavior in your life too. So we have a situation in our life that we dislike. And when we try to change it, fix it, or control it, we create resistance. It makes sense again from a law of attraction perspective that if we give that situation all of our focus by fixing or controlling it, then it stays in our life. If we are putting our focus on it, it means we're spending our energy on the disliked and unwanted situation. And our energy and focus keep it present. So, what is then the opposite of creating resistance? What should we rather do? We want to let go. Eliminating resistance means letting go of the tension that we create with that situation, the thing, or the person because of their recent behavior. The only way to let this leave your life quicker is to let it go. Let's make it a bit more tangible and use an example. Do you have something unwanted in your life? Something you would like to change or fix? Maybe something comes to your mind. It can be something big or something small. Just think of something. Okay, now I'm going to ask you these questions. Can you just let it go? Can you let go of wanting to change it, wanting to fix it, wanting to control it, and just allow it to be? Can you just allow it to happen, just as it is? If you still say no, it is your resistance to it that holds it close to you, that keeps it in your life. And who knows for how long. Think about it again and try to relax. Let go. Let go some more. Relax even more. And in doing so, you will let go of any resistance. By letting go of the resistance, you allow everything to change. In her book, Rhonda Byrne is describing it. Holding on to the resistance is like trying to change life after it has happened. It's a futile pursuit. As you resist what has happened, you are adding more energy and more power to what you don't like. And when you do that, you are bringing more of it at a furious rate. The event or circumstances can only get bigger because that is the law of attraction. And you know what? You cannot break the law of attraction. The same as we cannot break the law of gravity. If you jump off a high-rise building, everyone knows what will happen. You will end up falling down. That is the law of gravity. The law of attraction works the same way, that if you give something your focus, your attention, and your energy, you will attract it. You cannot break that law. It does not work for just the positive things that you would like to manifest and can be switched off for the negatives. No, it just doesn't work like that. It works universally. So we want to be mindful of where we're putting our focus and our attention. If there is something in our lives that we don't want or dislike, don't give it even more energy by continuously talking about it, by complaining about it to others. Stop giving it your focus and your emotions. Emotions are pure energy in motion. If you add emotion to your focus and attention, the law of attraction gets even more powerful. Again, the same applies to the negative and unwanted. Change your attention to something that you do want in your life. Move your focus to something positive and something that you really want. You are the master of your life. You hold the power with your energy. The universe is answering your every command. So be mindful of what you want to command. Thank you so much for being with me here today. I appreciate you listening in and hope you got something to take away, something you can apply to your life and to get more energy back. And if you want to find out a few other ways how you can have more energy again in your life, I will give you the link to a free training called Mind Your Energy in the show notes that you can sign up for. And as always, share this episode with someone in your environment that can benefit from this message. If you like this episode, let me know by leaving a review or a comment. I'd love your feedback and to hear from you. And with that, I love you and leave you. Talk soon and bye-bye.